similar here.
Interesting. We still have the Congress. Would you like to interject?
My articles of impeachment have always been about obstruction of justice. It's not the crime, it's the cover-up. We've got 3 different instances of violation of Section 1512. They do not, whether Trump colluded or he didn't collude. He tried to stop the investigation of
Are you a little embarrassed? Tell me you're a little bit embarrassed by these revelations.
I'm not embarrassed at all. What I'm embarrassed is that we're not here talking about impeaching a president and stopping
about you think are important.
Yes, the things that are important to the American people is who's their president and what's their tax bill, not whether the last candidate for president had a good campaign or didn't have a campaign.
We've had you on many times.
It's as silly as trying to say that Richard Nixon should be in office because you have dirt on George McGovern.
So let me,
That's insane.
Thank you very much. You rose to the occasion. Let me quickly, given the performance you just saw from Congressman Sherman, if Democrats were to take control of the House of Representatives in the midterm election a little more than a year from now, how long would it take, do you think, to impeach the president?
You know, I think that's a bit of a fuzzy question, because go back to 2006. George W. Bush's poll numbers are in the tank, and it looks like Democrats are going to win the House, which they do. But early on in the election, before the election, John Conyers, who stood to become the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, was talking about impeaching President Bush. There was a lot of talk from the left wing of the Democratic Party about impeaching Bush, so much so that prior to the election, Nancy Pelosi, who stood to become Speaker, came out and said impeachment is off the table, because they didn't want the election to be about impeachment. And if you have a lot of talk about these articles of impeachment coming up to next year,
that's a good point.
Look what could happen.
We'll talk about the commercial break. We're out of time. Would you like to read the tease, Congressman?
I'll read the tease. The post-Weinstein backlash against sexual harassment is consuming a top political analyst at MSNBC. But what are the risks of accountability turning into witch hunt? More right-wing take on this will come up right after the commercial.
Thank you.